There are plenty of stories popping up on social media about the Santa Fe shooting, including one claim that victims may have been accidentally killed by police in the crossfire. Our Verify team looked into that. Here's what Marcelina Benito found.
Mia, we want to talk about an issue more and more people are raising online. The central question here is, were victims hurt or killed by police crossfire? I want to show you what people are sharing online. So many tweets going around out there. This one claiming the sheriff says kids were probably wounded in the crossfire. Or this one, police now say that many of the dead may have been hit by crossfire. And yet another claiming cops may have accidentally killed students and shot other cops. We can verify those claims are both false and misleading. Our source, the sheriff himself. Listen to what the sheriff actually told reporters.
From what I see, I don't believe any of the individuals that were killed were from the law enforcement. And I can't give you that full until after the autopsy. There were minimal shots fired, at least from law enforcement. But the individual was still trying to shoot us.
So here's what we can verify. We know police did engage the shooter within just 4 minutes. We also know police did in fact fire their weapons, and we can verify as true that the sheriff did say that he believes no one was killed by the crossfire. This statement right here we can verify for you is absolutely false. The sheriff never said cops accidentally killed students. However, our central question, our central claim here, were victims hurt or killed by police crossfire? This has to stay right here in the middle until those autopsies are conducted and those results are released. Guys, back to you.